Guys, welcome to the Rakuten Studios, and we got a new delivery. Let's find out what's inside. Big box, so comparison, that's the size of my phone, so quite a big one. As usual, let's dig in. My trusty knife. Okay, the unboxing continues. Taking that out. That is it. So we've got us a MacBook Pro. I told you guys my MacBook was acting up. It needed ice cooling and all sort of things to keep it working. Is that a smile on my face? Yeah. It's a tight fit. Comes out. Box is thicker that I'm used to. Space gray. Everything has to be space gray nowadays. That slab of aluminum. And as usual, if you are not familiar with the Apple system, most of their products come with very little in the box. So most of the weight was the computer itself. So designed by Apple in California. And then we've got this massive power supply. I guess there's some manuals. I'm not going to bother opening them. USB-C to USB-C cable. Okay. Cables are really, really important. If you have a cable that came with your equipment, use it. Believe me, there's some standard cables there. So the amount of power you can carry, the data you can carry, everything about it is not the same. Cables are not cables. So nicely wound. I just checked that there's nothing underneath this. Okay, I can't even bring it out. And then you can see the space gray in all its grayness. So how do they really know that this is the color of space? Space gray. Oh, so that is it with the new redefined keyboard, a bigger slab for your hands, massive touchpad area, and it's booting up already, the MacBook Pro. The bezels are almost edge to edge, so the whole screen is like this deep black, and wants me to set up
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
Oop, it's talking to me. Okay, so I'm going to put this thing on power and continue the setup process. If you are new to the channel, this machine is going to mostly be used for video editing, video and photo editing, and then of course my day-to-day office stuff. One of the quirks of setting up an Apple device, I don't know what is when you are outside the States, but it can ask you for the same password like 3 times, even if you put in the right thing. So just keep putting it in and it will sort itself out later. Okay, so I've finished all the terms and condition things. I'll have to set up iCloud. I've read, yes, I've agreed, and it wants to ask me my name and all the other information. I'm going to hide this one from you guys. Nobody should look. Oh, another interesting thing, when I was logging in, it had to send some of my details to my iPad. So I use the iPad to authenticate this. I guess if it doesn't detect that you have a previous Apple account, that will not happen. It won't ask you to use another device. So if you have, say, an iPhone or an iPad or another Mac and you want to set up a new Mac, make sure that the existing Mac is close by or the existing iOS device is close by, because it's going to ask you for that. I guess for you guys who are living in the Apple ecosystem, that is normal, but I just use the iPad and the MacBook. I'm not an iPhone person. Okay. Hey Siri, what does the rest of my day look like? So I've set up Siri, had to read a couple of things. This is now the Touch ID setup. So if you look at this place, this will set up my fingerprints. So guys, I have to choose the look now. So should I go for a dark look, a light look? I think I'll just go for the auto look. I don't like the dark look so much. Right, I think the setup is done, and now the hard part starts. The hard part in setting up a computer for me actually is transferring all my data from the old one to the new one. I had a bit of a scare trying to back up my old computer. It refused to back up for like 4 days, so finally got it backed up. So this is a 8-core Intel Core i9. So I have 8 cores working for me. I went for 32 gigs of RAM, and it's got the AMD Radeon Pro 5500M with 8 gigabytes of RAM. This is going to zip through 4K recordings and 4K editing like, is it a hot salt on butter or milk, whatever. That was the highlight of this, apart from the Core i9. So this should be usable for another 4 or 5 years. Normally I use my computers for 4 or 5 years. So it's got a 1 terabyte SSD built in. Do you guys think that will be enough? I don't stop video on the internal drive. I'm going to set this up in the office and then complete the video there. I'm back in the main office now, and I have to move things from my old system, which is set up here, to the new system. Okay, just some background on the main system itself, which is what I move around with, or nowadays is mostly in the office since I use the iPad Pro. What I have there are the applications and then the scratch file. My video editing is done from an external hard drive. So what I use is the Samsung T5, is a 2 terabyte SSD drive. So that is where most of the files that I'm working on reside. Now the files that I've finished working on, the past project, and then of course my back catalog, they all stay on the RAID system, and I'm going to show you that in. So when I finish working on a project here, I move it to the RAID, and then I can always refer to it. Okay. So how am I going to move things from the old machine to the new one? Okay, I'm going to use my time machine. Everything is backed up on the time machine. That's for the hours privileges. It makes life much easier. So it's a 2 terabyte external drive. I'm going to move all the data, not all the data. I'm going to move the time machine snapshot of the old machine to the new machine. But to do that, that means I have to back up the current machine. Setup is almost complete on the 16-inch. I have Chrome installed. The Google ecosystem is when you set up a new computer that you see how much information you have to give up. So I've set up most of my apps on, I have Momentum. Let me just show you. Okay, so this is Momentum. It's like a focus to do. It just picks one thing that I have to do. So he asks me, what is your main focus for today? And then I can have my to-do by the side. I always have it on, every computer that I go. And it runs on Chrome, so it follows you across computers. I've got Evernote set up, so my clipping, everything. All the apps that run on Chrome, they are up and running now. I just need to sort them out. It's taking some time for me to back up on the old computer, so I have, it just finished backing up. So Time Machine is up to date, and now I'm going to transfer all the information from the old system to this system. And so I got a couple of toys for this system that I've not set up yet. So I have the Hello case. So I'm going to encase the whole of this in a plastic case like the old one. That keeps the computer looking new for longer, and helps with the aesthetics. And if you're like me that always has stickers on the back of your computer, then you put the stickers on the cover, not on the computer itself. Okay folks, so the retrieval of information from the backup drive, time machine. Okay, Apple wants us to call it time machine. It's going on well. We are now down to 58 minutes to go, and I don't know, it's fluctuating between 70 megabits per second to 47 megabits per second. I mean, it's an old drive. I've been using the drive as a backup drive. It must be more than 5 years old. Seagate 2 terabyte. Not failed me. Don't fail me now. And doing his job well. Let's see how it goes. So got 1 more hour to go. Have to dash out immediately after this. We've finished the migration, or I hope the migration is finished. Took a lot of hours. I use this opportunity when you're migrating to just disable some stuff. So stuff that you don't know, alert comes on, so and so thing needs permission, nuke it. If you need it, you can do it again. Your data has been migrated and is ready for use. So quit. Guys, always back up. If you have a good backup routine, if you have a good system routine, it makes migrating to a new system simple and easy. You guys saw how it was for me. Okay, logging in. And you should tell me everything is okay with all my apps where I left them off. The older computer is on, but I'm not using it, so I'm not going to do anything new with it. I'll set it up properly, and then we'll turn it into a, what will you use it for? Yeah, we'll use it as a backup editing computer. So that is it. Thanks for coming on the journey with me. Now I have to sign in with my Apple ID. So this is like setting up the computer afresh because I have to sign in with Apple ID, have to sign in with passwords and all that stuff, which is okay. Oh, okay, this is the interesting part. It sent a code to my iPad for me to be able to continue. Yes, I wanted it to come on. Yes, I allow it. It's in Lagos, I know. And I've got a number now to put in. So I put in the number that is sent to the iPad. It could be any iOS device or any Apple device. Could even have been my original computer. See, I'm already calling it a backup computer. Account is being set up on the iCloud. And how is your experience setting up or migrating your data? Is it seamless or do you miss some things? I wanted to nuke my computer and just start afresh, but what keeps me going is usually Outlook. Transferring the Outlook data is so difficult, so I just like to migrate it. Okay guys, so that is it. System setup, backup drive did its job well. My desktop is back just the way I left it. It's scary. Even the screensaver, everything is like I just moved it from the other computer straight here. So hope you guys enjoyed that little look into how I did my migration. Good luck when you do yours. Out. Hello.